need a boat. So that boat is our real teacher. To reach safely from the danger wrecks in the river, to reach safely to the other side. Other side means enlightenment, freedom.
Yes.
Free from attachment. That is the Buddha example given by the Buddha.
But exactly that this example is quite easy to understand, because this is a theoretical example and it is about something which is outside of our experience, and we can just pay attention and say, oh, of course it is logical. Once you need to cross the river, you need a raft, you need a boat, and then you cross it, and of course you don't need it. But when it comes to life practice, and it comes really to the teacher who is precious to you, because you've learned to swim, you've learned to use the boat, you've learned like the direction in the river, you've learned everything with this teacher, and you've been watching the teacher doing all this, and you've been repeating. Then in the practice of Dhamma, in the application of Dhamma, it is not so obvious to notice at which point you have finished crossing the river and you need to give up the boat. There it is quite complicated.
Yeah, and then in the Buddhist literature, Dhamma also is the teaching of Dhamma.
Yes.
Dhamma also is the best teacher. You know, not only the person, but also Dhamma itself is the biggest teacher of X.
This is exactly what I say, that at certain moment when we accept the teaching, when we understand the teaching, and when we can practice well the teaching, then is the moment when Dhamma becomes the real teacher for you and not the teacher himself. The Dhamma, although this was the teacher who brought this instrument to you, at this point the teacher is no more important, only the instrument is important. But again, I say this is quite challenging to practice, because when a situation happens, you still hope to continue following only the teacher with your open mouth and depending on the teacher, and expecting that teacher, whatever teacher does, always applies also to your example, and you should be doing just like this. But situations are different and conditions are different, right? And your karma and your life is still different from the karma and life of your teacher. It is very subtle, actually. When you come to more serious practice of Dhamma, it becomes very subtle, and not always will be just the same as the teacher shows. But the true understanding of Dhamma that he taught to you will be the real truth of how you should understand and how you should be able also to accept maybe either mistakes of the teacher or just different doing of the teacher due to the different condition, or maybe the mistake of understanding of the teacher of your particular situation, because you are conditioned. The teacher is not conditioned by your conditions. So he may take and understand it in a different way, but you, due to the teaching and due to the strength of your practice, you should know your own mind and the condition of your mind. Because the teacher cannot already help you when you practice deeply. The teacher can kind of take out your defilements to the surface and show you to them when you are still like a regular practitioner. But when you are a deep practitioner, it is only your own work. The teacher cannot do it anymore for you. So you should be able to recognize at that time that whatever seems wrong from the side of the teacher, or whatever seems strange, or whatever, this is not to blame the teacher, this is not to doubt the teacher, this is just to continue your practice. And what is the practice? Mindfulness with detachment. So detach from whatever you might think about your teacher.
Let me finish the example that I gave you. So to cross the river, we have to use a boat. Not only the boat, but also the
rowing. Row,
Yeah, rowing. So that example is very perfect given by the Buddha. So we cannot the rowing itself is our own effort. Yeah, and the boat is our teacher. We cannot cross the river only by rowing.
Without the boat.
Yeah, and we cannot cross the river only by boat without
only
the rowing.
Yes.
Like that. So how do you think about that?
But this is exactly what I put now into the words of practice. That first you use both. You use the teacher, who is the boat. You got into it, and it can carry you, but you need your effort as the power of moving together with the teacher and in the boat.
And not only that, but also we need to learn from the teacher the technique of
example
ruling.
Yes.
The technique of ruling.
Yes.
Yeah. To move the direction what we need.
Yes. But you get so much used to be sitting in the boat that you cannot easily then get out of this boat. You don't understand that the boat has arrived. Just go out of the boat. Do by yourself your last rowing. You need still to use your effort to get out of the boat. You used your effort for rowing. Now just use your effort for final getting out of the boat. But you continue just to sit in the boat and to continue using the teacher while useless. The boat is useless when you come to the shore. You cannot move by the boat on the shore.
So that's why our one of the famous meditation teacher in Myanmar, he said the boat as a teacher, when you arrive to the other side, you have to detach the boat. The boat doesn't need more. So like that, we need a boat to reach to the other side. When we reach to the other side, no more need the boat.
We still need some of our own effort. But without the teacher.
So why the meditation master explain like that is some of the meditator, while they are practicing and studying a method of meditation from their respective master, they usually attach to the master and the technique easily. That's why he went not to attach.
Then it's not much different as having a god, maybe.
Right.
You just cultivate too much faith in the teacher and too much belief that this is your survival.
Right.
And then you kind of don't do enough that depends on you yourself.
So according to that explanation, we must need to be careful not to attach not only on the wrong one but also on the right one.
But I still don't know actually, like you mentioned that also the teaching itself is to detach at some point. So this I don't know by my experience. what I was sharing to you, it was really about seeing now my kind of relationship with Sayadaw, how and what happens in different situations, how I may feel sometimes some reactions on my mind according to his understanding or not understanding of my experience that I describe, or some remarks that I make. And then I just practice mindfulness with detaching from the teacher, prioritizing only the practice. But then to abandon the practice, this I don't know. This I don't know from my experience, and I don't know from pure attempt to understand
About
intellectually. What? To abandon the practice. Technique, yes.
The right technique.
Yes.
Because yeah, like my previous explanation, we are very used to attach to something or someone, so that's why we are learning from our master to the right techniques about the meditation, about the mindfulness and detachment. So we have a very strong habit to attach on something or someone. So while we are practicing on mindfulness and detachment, we have to be very careful not to attach on mindfulness and detachment.
Yes, so this is, I see it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Because what I do is, like, meditation is the mental action, right? So we just do recognition of the present moment and then letting it go, just abandoning, just detaching as not something, as not real. Just even not using, nothing is to use. Using, we use the impermanent nature.
Yeah.
Using. But when you see just impermanent, the components of the impermanent nature one by one, there is nothing to use because there is nothing. So just only recognizing with mindfulness and then detaching immediately. And this is the technique. How to detach from the technique?
Yeah,
if the technique is itself the detachment.
Yes, we can.
Yes, I know, but I say that this is fresh, and for me, I don't have this experience. Otherwise, I would be enlightened already.
Okay. Okay, your question.
We can only speak about this, but not by experience.
So you mean that how can we detach on the technique or detachment?
Yes.
Okay. So it is. Anyway, we have to practice to be detached every attachment past.
Yeah.
And that is by attaching mind. Not by attachment habit, by attaching mind. In this way, we may be attached to the detachment technique, but we can detach to the detachment technique with the understanding of ever-changing, selfless, impermanent nature.
Beautiful in the words, but when you apply it in practice, it's not something that is obvious to do, because in order to detach, you need to use detachment. But we say you need to detach from detachment.
Yeah.
So how will you detach if you should detach from detachment?
Yeah, we can detach from the detachment by understanding everything, including detachment, is ever-changing, selfless, impermanent nature.
But this understanding is also this very technique.
Very technique?
So if you continue using the same technique, then it means you still use the same technique, you insist on using the same technique.
Oh, but yes, you're right. And that's techniques. So that practicing using to detach by detachment technique is to remove our strong habit on attachment first. After can we remove the strong attachment, habitually strong attachment, finally we will be free from all attachment. At that time we have no more desire. That means that we no need to worry to attach on something or someone. Nothing need to attach.
This is speaking about gross attachment, that of course no need to worry about all different life situations, but I'm speaking about subtle attachments, when you are just practicing the knowing the impermanent nature with mindfulness and detachment, and then you cannot worry because nobody is worrying, only ever new impermanent nature. You are knowing only impermanent nature. And how do you know it? By detaching from someone or something. So you continuously just detach and detach, and even knowing the ever new impermanent nature, you also detach every moment. So if we say that we apply the technique of detachment every moment, we said that at some point we need to detach from this technique. At some point we need to stop the practice of detachment.
Yeah, if you believe that detachment technique as something, it is very difficult to escape from the detachment cycle.
But you can't believe it, you just use it automatically, moment by moment. Nothing is to believe, there is even no time to believe.
Yes, that's why for me, I'm no worry about difficulty to detach, to escape from the detachment cycle, because detachment technique itself is not something. So if you understand detachment technique is something, that is also attachment on detachment technique as something.
But this is the action which comes after, as we said, after detaching from the teacher, using only the method, and then still need to abandon the method. So as I told you, by experience, I know detaching from the teacher and prioritizing the Dhamma, and I don't know by my own experience the next step. I haven't experienced, I cannot apply. So same as you were telling about the story of Buddha, about the boat, about the rowing, about achieving the next shore. This is just a story. This is just another creation of the mind. We can be speaking about it, but we will never attain liberation by speaking about this story. Only when we live this story by our own experience with the real teacher, with the real Dhamma, which are not real, only then we can be attaining the liberation. So this is why I say that this I can apply by own experience, by own understanding. But the step of detaching from detachment, I cannot explain by my own understanding, by my own practice. Because I have not lived it, I have not experienced it.
Right. Because your experience is not
permanent, is impermanent.
Yeah. And then your experience still not enough.
Yes.
Yeah. So when your own experience is 100% powerful, yeah, the problem will solve.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then I will be able to speak from my own experience.
Yeah. We
Because
cannot,
saying words is so easy. You should be able to do, not just to say.
Yeah. We should say, we should sharing by speaking. It's also need, but we should not we should not reject the say. We should say in the right way by saying only. And then we should practice. We should also practice. And so saying helps to get a right understanding, right? And that right understanding is a copy from our teacher. So to change a copy to the original one or our own, we need to be practice.
And then from own experience it will be easy to explain better, not only saying from copying from the teacher, but to explain from the real understanding of own experience. I think we can get medals. You and me, we can get a medal. Medal for
Trophy.
Yes, trophy, a reward for using the teaching, for explaining the teaching.